Hello and welcome to this free lesson with me, Chris. And today we're going to look at how to improve your vocabulary. In this session, we're going to look at how to make your language a little bit richer. We're going to avoid using the easy words, and I'm going to give you some examples of some more difficult and some richer words. Shall we start? Let's go. So in this lesson, I want to look at some words in particular. And the first word you'll see on the screen is the word bad. How can we make the word bad a little bit richer? Well, we can use words such as dreadful. Do you know the word dreadful? It means something which is really bad. So you can say, the weather today is dreadful. Another word might be something like this word here, which many people find difficult to pronounce. This word is awful. Repeat after me, awful. Another word that you might have is terrible. This is an easy word, so you could say something like, the movie was terrible. And the final one is this word here. It's quite difficult to pronounce as well. Do you know how to pronounce it? Well, we would say something like, the film was appalling. His language was appalling. His behaviour was appalling. That means that it's extremely bad. So that's the word bad with lots of different synonyms, words which we can use to make a little bit richer. Enjoy that one? Okay, let's go to the next one, which is dirty. Let's pronounce the word dirty. Lots of people have a problem with this pronunciation. They struggle to make the sound so the word is dirty. A good way to say something which is really dirty is to use the word filthy. Filthy is a great way to say something is really dirty. So you could say, the hotel room was filthy. The hotel room was filthy. Good. Let's go to the next one, which is unclean. This is an easy way to say it, but it's a different way to say dirty. So you could say, the street was really unclean, so it was dirty. Another word that we're going to use today is the word boring. Boring you could say about a teacher, about a film, or the song. Okay, and in all of these cases you could say that something is dull. I really hope that you don't think that I am dull, but it's a good way to explain that somebody is boring. So you can say, he's a really dull guy. You could also say actually that the weather is dull. Dull literally means, the literal meaning is that it has no colour. So if something is really grey, you would say that it was dull. Practice that one. The weather is dull. Another word which is describing something which is boring is the word tedious. You don't really say that somebody is tedious. You would normally say that something is tedious. For example, the class was really tedious. Okay? And the final word for today, which is a little bit of a sensitive word for some people, is the word fat. Okay? So we don't often say that you don't call somebody fat, but we do use it. So we need to know about how to use different words to explain the same thing. So the first one is chunky. So this usually refers to somebody who is a little bit fat. So you could say he or she is quite chunky. Another way to say it would be to say big. Lots of people who are fat will describe themselves as being big. So you might hear somebody on the internet say, we support big girls. That usually means that they are fat, but it's a nicer way to say that somebody is overweight. Another way to say it would be to say curvy, and this is usually applied to women. If you can imagine the shape of a woman with who's a little bit fatter, you might say that she is curvy, and we often hear promotions about curvy women, how to support curvy women. Another way would be to say obese. This is the medical word to say somebody who is really fat. So if you have a body mass index over 30, you are considered to be obese. It's an important word and it comes from the word obesity. The final word for today is overweight. And that's a useful word which is quite neutral. It describes the fact, and you would say that somebody, he or she, is overweight. The doctor told him or her that he or she was overweight. Was that useful for you? I really hope it was. Lots of new vocabulary there for you. Try to use them in reality. Write them down, practice them. Remember, some of the words are really difficult to pronounce. Words like awful, appalling. Really practice them at home. Record yourself. Hope this was useful. Remember, please, if you like this, subscribe to the channel below. Come to Instagram, where I have free English lessons every day. Tell your friends and keep learning. Good luck and see you soon.